Hi, everyone. I'm Brett. I'm here with Bjorn, and we're here with Bev Live on this lovely Friday evening. With, as always, thank you so much for joining. Bjorn, how are you doing this evening? You ready for the weekend?
I am ready for the weekend. It is 6 o'clock here in our studio, and yeah, I'm ready for the weekend.
That's it's a big weekend too, right? We got Mother's Day coming up. I mean, beautiful weather lately. Temperature here where we live is finally it's getting to what pool weather? You said your
Uh,
family wanted to go to the pool, right? Today.
right. Well, right now it could be better, but we're getting there.
We're getting there slowly but surely. Speaking of Mother's Day, what do you got planned? Or you got someone watching the stream right now that you don't want to blow the surprise?
No, there's no surprise. Well, I mean, there's always some kind of surprise, I guess, but go to the house and just and enjoying some nice lunch and just having a good time and just kind of taking the day off, like taking it easy, no stress, and just having a good time. And I think that's something that a lot of people want. That's just and it's just
I believe you're right because life can get so busy, right? You forget everything that's happening. Your life will just pass you by if you don't take a moment to just rest and unwind for a little bit.
right.
Speaking of unwinding on this Mother's Day weekend, is there a good wine you can think of if I'm going to, say I'm a student in college, I'm going to visit home to see mom again, and I want to gift her a bottle of wine? What's a good one that you would pick for that kind
Well,
of
first you gotta
Sunday
make sure you're
Mother's Day
21.
wine? Yeah, let's do
You're a
that.
student,
We are a senior in college. We were 21.
there you go. Well, there is not like one specific wine that I would recommend. I mean, it just really depends on like giving in general. It's like think about what the other person likes, or pay attention. Last time your mom had whatever wine she may be drinking, so pay attention to that. Um, you know, there's not really one wine. Just I think the main thing about gifting is being thoughtful, and it's being the thought is more often than the gift, in my opinion. So if you pay attention to what your mom was drinking previously and she really enjoyed, and you buy that gift, I think you're good to go.
There you go. And what about for the mom I don't know what I like, but I know I like wine and I know I like good wine. What would you do?
Okay, that's a good one. Well, I think maybe if you know that if she likes red or white, I think that would be the first one. I mean, that's something you would, as a good son or daughter, would probably know. And if she just if she doesn't have a huge amount of wine experience, you would want to go with something that doesn't go one way or the other. And what I mean by that is like one extreme or the other, something like a safe bet. So, like a slightly old Chardonnay, for example, could be a really, really good choice, because it's something that I think a lot of people, appreciate on some level. It's kind of like, I always call these wines like, wedding wines. Like when you buy wines for wedding, you want to have something that's going to appeal to most people.
Something agreeable, right? That people can get along with. Yeah.
Exactly. And like on the red side, you do the same thing. You don't pick like an extreme. You don't pick like a Tannat from Uruguay, which is huge in tannins and too tannic for most people.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to go like super sweet, or you just go with something like middle of the road. Like I can think of, for example, we have a nice cab on Bev Live from Australia.
Which that is an excellent cab. I love it. Honestly, I would think it's a Pinot Noir if you didn't tell me, because it's so smooth. Like a lot of, how cabs can be sometimes a little over oaked, very pronounced flavors. And when I tasted this one, I was shocked. I was like, man, this is probably one of the smoother cabs I've ever had.
I think that's just it. I think it's exactly what you're describing. It's easygoing, but yes, it has tons of structure, and it's just a really, really good wine. I would also, don't go too cheap, don't go too expensive.
That's the grower's touch, to be clear. Let's put that out there, right?
Yeah. But you don't want to go too inexpensive, and you don't want to go too expensive. So I think again, like with any gift giving, you just want to stay somewhere somewhere in the middle.
Because on bevlive.com, correct me if I'm wrong, Bjorn, that's like what, a 18.99, 19.99 bottle that we have, that Growers Touch Cabernet?
I think the Growers Touch Cab is actually less expensive. I would have to. I would need to double check. So you all
but that's my point. I mean, you can spend what, 16.99 or something, 16 to 18.99 range, and get something that tastes like a $40-50 bottle almost. It's excellent.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a fantastic bottle of wine, and if you're shopping right now for Mother's Day, check out all the offerings.
Yeah.
The offerings that we have are also those that are not mainstream. So you don't look like you just went to the gas station and picked something up on the way.
That's what I love, because I'm that weird person that I hate anything mainstream. Even like my music, I had a habit of liking certain genre, and then it becomes popular, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, gosh, that the secret's out, right? It's like, it's not as much fun anymore. And that's what's fun about Bev Live. We still have the secret. These are great wines. They drink way above their price range, and you can't find them, at the average corner store. So I think you're spot on, and it'd be an enjoyable gift for anybody.
Yeah, and like I said, it's something special, and it's something you put thought into. You watched Bev Live. You thought this is, maybe a little bit late now for delivery for Mother's Day, but
sure, yeah.
in general, I think as you look for gifts, I think you should want to get something that you put a little more thought into it. You didn't just, like I said, stop at the gas station or at the grocery store on the way to your mom.
And that's what's so fun about that Growers Touch bottle too, is it tells that story, and it tells it right on the bottle, right? And you get to learn a little bit about where it's from in Australia, the family that runs it, and it's which we've had them on some of our beginning beta streams that we did, trying to figure everything out, and I was blown away.
In Australia.
That was beautiful. I know it's a shame. We'll have to try that again. So viewers who are watching right now, what happened was we were trying to test out the tech stack of how we perform these live streams that you're seeing now, and it took a little bit to get it perfected. Nothing's perfect right out of the box, right? And that happened to be one of the first beta streams that we tried with one of our wineries, and it was perfect because it was all the way across the other end of the world, and it was very apparent that it was so far away.
It was pretty cool.
But it was cool, yeah.
You're using Skylink or something, whatever it's called,
the internet. But it's like almost like a cellular connection internet, but that's all of the outback there. So it was understandable. Now we know, and we could probably do it again and pull it off much better. But it was beautiful. I almost felt like we were looking at a different planet or something. It was amazing.
No, it's cool, and I think that's another thing. Like as we grow Bev Live, as we're going to have more and more winemakers on here, it's like the communication piece that you communicate with the winemakers. You can ask all kinds of questions, and then when you then buy those bottles as gifts, you can say, well, I actually communicated with the winemaker. I was on this cool live stream on Bev Live. I was talking to them about, I don't know, vineyards in Australia or how they got into winemaking. And you can tell that story, and that's a whole lot better than, like I said, going to the grocery store and picking up whatever you can find there. It provides that personal touch. You may not have gone to the winery in Australia, but you communicated, you talked directly to the winemaker, which I think is just so cool.
Yeah, you have the context behind what is in that bottle, and that's what I love. And you can do it reasonably, because that's what I noticed too about going to some stores. You get the bottle, and I tend to look at labels, especially if I don't recognize it. I've never seen it before. It makes me want to pick it up. And I've noticed a lot of those smaller wineries, it's almost like they must have to pay more for more letters on the label. So it's like, is the most bare minimum label you'll ever see. There's no context or story behind it. And then I'm like, I don't even know, because if I should buy this, I don't know what's in there. But not the case with the selection of Bev Live.
Right. Again, like that I think that personal touch is just something very, very special. And then you can come back and go to the next live stream because you drank that bottle and go like, oh, I got some questions. Then you go back and this person's coming back with another live stream, and he's like, hey, I had this bottle and this was our reaction to it, but hey, I got a question. And you build that relationship with the winemaker, which is just so cool. without even leaving your living room.
Exactly. Well, hey Bjorn, I don't think we can top that. I'm gonna cut it off
There you
for
go.
the sake of that. That was awesome. And hey, like you heard Bjorn, that doesn't matter what you get. Just make sure it comes from the heart. Mom's
Right.
gonna love it. So, signing out. After that, we'll sign out. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.